Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony the Mole Adams YouTube channel for another week. We almost hit our target last week of 500 subscribers, which costs you absolutely nothing. So if you're watching and you're not a subscriber, it costs you nothing. So if you hit the button below, I'll put the graphic up a bit in post production. Welcome back, Tony. How are you?
Yeah, doing well, Steve. Another week of scandal and good footy and drama, and we're getting close to the big game. So exciting times.
Yeah, I have had a good week. Actually, went up to the Leeds for the launch of Magic Weekend on Monday. Saw little did I know, Hall of Famer Sam Burgess just been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and now we've got Magic this weekend. So looking forward to that. With all teams playing under one roof, which a great thing that rugby league has given the sporting world. Really, that concept. It's our idea, and the AFL have nicked it now and changed the name, but we know where they got it from. So Tony, a bit of scandal. You talk about scandal, and I'm sorry, I just can't go past this one. One of your items, one of the things you've been talking about to your army of followers is the origins of this photo of Latrell Mitchell with a white substance, which we're not accusing him of anything, but it's a big story. And you've got a little bit of mail about where this picture's come from.
Yeah, that's right. And it apparently was taken or distributed, depending on who you listen to, by a player's mother, a rather well-known NRL player's mother. Not a South player, I should emphasise. Totally different club. I can say it's a Sydney club. That sort of narrows it down a little bit. But basically, the two women involved, the one who A, took the photo, and B, distributed the photo, and now having a massive cat fight on social media. So it's all blown up, and I think we're going to be hearing a fair bit of it the next few days. And it's an interesting one, isn't it, Steve? Because people are saying it's a pretty low thing what they've done, distributing this photo, but then other people saying, well, Latrell's brought whatever he's done on himself by allowing himself to be so close to some white powder. So, what's your view on it?
Well, it is. It's like I'm pretty kind of on one hand, I'm kind of big on shooting the messenger and not shooting the messenger, and reporters talking about their sources is a little bit, being old school. You kind of think when reporters start trying to speculate on another reporter's sources, it's because they missed the story to start with. But this is a little different, isn't it? Because it's in that modern world of social media, and it happened in Dubbo, didn't it? Which might narrow the field of people possibly involved still further. But yeah, it is. It's indicative of a modern problem. And I just wonder, was there an attempt to sell the photo, Tony, or did they just throw it up on social media?
No, it was very much a commercial decision. They rang a News Limited reporter and wanted money for it, and I think then they would have turned to the TV stations. And good on News Limited, they said no. They were quite keen to get their hands on the photos, you can imagine, but they did draw the line at paying for it. So as the world of social media that you were referring to. What happens, it landed there anyway, because someone will send it to their friend, who sends it to their friend, who sends it to 50 more friends, and before you know it, it's out there. It goes viral, I believe is the expression we use.
It is, and the people who took it got, from what you're saying, got no money and a lot of grief from it. So it hasn't worked out the way they intended. Tony, your column, which we're here to promote, don't forget to read Tony's columns at nine.com.au. That's what we're here to talk about. And you got Valentine Holmes, as we all know, is signed for the Dragons, but there are a few other clubs put in 11th hour offers for him.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's what actually hastened the decision to sign him, or announce the signing. I'm pretty sure, as you know, often happens with these things. The signing was probably agreed to a couple of days ago, but just to get rid of all these clubs who suddenly showed interest, it was leaked and exclusive in the Telegraph that. Val Holmes had signed with the Dragons. So the next 3 years, and he's linking up with his old mate Shane Flanagan. Of course, they were together in 2016 premiership winning Cronulla team.
And linked to that is the Roosters trying to replace a couple of superstars who are leaving, and they would be disappointed they missed out on Valentine.
Valentine was offered to them, and obviously because they're losing two star centers in Joey Manu and Suwali, they got a big hole there in the centers. But I think they decided he wasn't worth the 850, or they had cap problems. They all actually said no, which leads to my next item. They think they've got the answer to replacing these two guys. There's a kid, and as you know, we always talk about one kid a week. His name's Robert Toya. He's 19, and he's a freakish young centre, but he's had no luck with his ACL. He's torn it twice, and he's also had a broken jaw in the last 2 years. But he's come back. He's actually been named in the Roosters NRL team this week as number 20, but I've been told before the end of the season, probably in the last round when games often don't mean anything, that he'll be playing NRL. So one to look for in the next few weeks, Robert Toya.
And a few weeks ago, we brought the readers and viewers and listeners. It's people listening as well. By the way, if you're listening now, it's on the dog days of podcasting. We're still going for the whole month. Got to do a show a day. Trent Merrin was arrested a few weeks back, and he has avoided conviction, Tony.
Yeah, that's right. And it was for breaching an apprehended violence order. And the cops are pretty strict on these things in this day and age. He claims he was driving past his ex-wife's house. He admitted he did it, but he did it just to see if the house had sold or if there was a for sale sign there. But he was just given a conditional release order, which basically means he's got to behave himself. The length of time is 2 years. So if he does anything naughty in the next 2 years, he'll be in front of the courts again. If not, it gets scrubbed without any conviction.
Right. And finally, Bailey Simonson. You got some is it contract news on Bailey Simonson?
Yeah, technically, Bailey was a bit restless early in the year. He's coming off a knee recon and was struggling, A, to get in first grade and B, to show his best form, and was thinking of looking around for a new club next season, even though he's under contract to the Eels. And this is becoming more and more of a trend, being under contract yet looking around. We sort of wonder what contracts are worth these days. It seems less and less. But he's had a chat to Jason Riles. Riles, he said to him, I like what you do. He's a former New Zealand Rugby Sevens player, let's not forget. He's 26 years old. And after talking to Riles, he's staying where he is. So good news for Parramatta fans for next season.
Yeah, Jason Riles, fellow former Port Kembla High School student. I want to wish him luck coaching Parramatta. I know that he'll do a better job than I would. Anyway, Tony, it's good to talk to you again. Hope everything's all right at home and everything's great in Sydney, and you enjoy your footy this weekend. And to all our viewers, wherever you are in the world, get out and see a game, get outside, get some fresh air, go to a match this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week, Tony.
Sounds good, Steve.